The Mystara project is proud to present Part 36 of the Law of Mystara series. In this video, we cover the period from AC 451 to AC 491. In AC 451, the Werat Mrikatat established the big city in the source of Thyatis city, as a domain for werats, and giant and normal rats. Corin, son of Doric, and Prince of Dengar was born in Lower Dengar in AC 451. At the start of the second half of the 5th century, relations between Darakin and Alfheim began to deteriorate. Darakinians began to distrust the secretive elves. As the elves had become more isolationist, many Darakinians had never seen an elf. Elves increasingly bought into their narrative that the humans were bumbling fools, who had to be saved time after time by the superior elves. Many jokes were being told at the Darakinians' expense. In AC 451, Maga Aditi, a name-level magic user, united and led a group of Sindhi wizards to overthrow the shape-shifting Chambahara rulers. The group set up a series of elaborate tests and clever traps to expose the Chambahara. Suspected doppelgangers were unable to cast spells, fire missile weapons, or perform certain skills when asked. Lycanthropes reacted fearfully to wolfsbane and silver, did not bleed when hit by normal swords, and agitated animals with their scent. The exposed Chambaharas were killed or executed in brutal purges, freeing Sindh. The wizards claim their own highborn caste, the Jaduguriyar. Sometime between AC 451 and AC 699, the Belkades elven clan found a hidden trail on the east bank of the Vesubia River in the southern Broken Lands. As they followed it through the Broken Lands, they were constantly attacked by humanoids. They eventually reached the highlands, and founded the settlement of New Alva, and the Tower of Alhambra. Sometime between AC 451 and AC 498, the Vermilion Dragon, Pyre, hatched. In AC 455, a seal carrying lycanthropy infected Yancey, a seal-hunting boy, on the island of Kiadhar. In AC 460, Yancey reached maturity, which triggered his transformation into the first were-seal. Alessa Viladar was born in the southwestern highlands in AC 960. In AC 467, Mithras Atilson IV was crowned king of Darakin. Around AC 472, Darius Glantry was born in Thyatis city. The following year, the Great One temporarily gave up his immortality, to have a son to be the champion of dragons, and to save Mystara. The Great One withdrew from Mystara without explanation, causing the dragons to panic. In AC 475, it is noted that goblins inhabited the Vendarian ranges north of Grates, but had not yet raided the Flemish lands. In AC 475, notable people in the Flemish village of Grates were the mayor, Ride Alston, the mage and grocer, Heron Merstran, Castle the Forester, and the adventurous antiques dealer, Sir George Kirby, a mandrake posing as a Darakinian. In AC 475, Dal Furstan, a smith, moved north to Grates from the southern highlands, after finishing his apprenticeship, to open a smithy. His wife and frail newborn son, Selmar, accompanied him. Following the withdrawal of the Great One, his dragon clerics at Shadowmere, in the foxwoods of southern Vendor, declared the prophecy of the coming of the second Dragonlord, to rule all dragons. Rogue dragons discovered that one of the clerics would shape-change into a human and birth the Dragonlord. In response, rogue dragons banded together, and destroyed the clerics of Shadowmere. However, the senior cleric, Arbaindel, had already escaped in Eldar form. The rogue dragons chased her through the Vendarian ranges, seriously wounding her. On the 22nd of Imont, AC 475, Arbaindel was rescued by Castle the Forester, in the mountains from 12 red dragons, and brought to Grates to stay at Mayor Rydalston's house. She then gave birth to Thelvin Fox Eyes, whose true draconic name was Thelvenia, but died of her wounds. Elsewhere in AC 475, Verdia elves needed a center to handle the increase in trade, so they founded the settlement of Verdun, in southern Alfile. As this was during a peaceful period, free from piracy and foreign colonizers in the northern Sea of Dread, they did not wall the settlement. The main settlement was built about a quarter of a mile inland from the port. In AC 478, after a series of decisive battle victories and shrewd diplomacy, Knut Bearchest the Bold of Zealand was declared king of Oostland, comprising the islands of Noslo, Kalslo, Koenslo and Osterslo. He was greatly assisted by his wife Gudrid, her advisors, and hired foreign wizards likely Thyacian or Alphatian. The royal Knut clan was eventually founded from within the Zeeburg clan. King Knut was a powerful warrior and a competent general, with a sure grasp of both land and sea tactics, that exploited his people's skill with the Draka. Gudrid, the new Queen of Ostland, was every bit as shrewd a diplomat and counselor, as her husband was a warrior. They established the pattern that was to sustain their dynasty and nation, and ruled it ruthlessly. The House of Knut also introduced the practice of fostering, whereby the finest young nobles became part of the royal court, partly as hostages, and partly as possible adopted successors to the dynasty, should biological offspring be unfit. In AC 480, Mithras Atilson V succeeded his father as king of Darakin. During his father's reign, relations with Alfheim deteriorated. In AC 487, Ferial, the head cleric of the Order of the Great One in Silver Mist, located about 16 miles east of Shadowdown in the Canolbarth Forest, left to head up a sanctuary in the eastern part of the forest. Celiander, who was the gold dragon Corandan disguised as an elf, became the new leader of the order. In AC 488, Eden moved to Grates, to act as the village's mage, physician, and teacher. He was a competent, but not brilliant wizard, hoping to gain experience in a frontier settlement, away from the fierce competition in Brager. Elsewhere in AC 488, Hadric Corser of Harbortown united the remaining humans of Traders Isle, laid the foundation for a community government of the Trade Federation, and founded the capital city of Minrathad on the ruins of New Alphatia. Hadric was proclaimed the Great Uniter. Orcs and goblins raided outlying farms of Grates in the Duchy of Alban, in the Highlands. Also in AC 488, Sir George Kirby and Sir David Southworth enlisted the services of Solveig Whitegold to help them recover some artifacts, after she was recommended to them. They were attacked. Solveig was knocked from her saddle, breaking her back. Sir George healed Solveig with magic, then took her to his townhouse in the merchants' quarter of Darakin City. Sometime between AC 488 and AC 612, Ma Sao Wu, possibly of the children of Atruagan descent, was a notorious conman from Minrathad. He was an expert at convincing gullible people to give him their fortunes, reputations and daughters, essentially whatever he wanted. He had absolutely no conscience, or restraint. He stayed on the move, keeping only a step ahead of the outraged people he'd ruined. Eventually, he was captured by vigilantes. As he was about to be burned at the stake, he was rescued by the immortal Hel, who convinced him to seek immortality in the sphere of entropy. After causing legendary ruin in his wake, Ma Sao Wu achieved immortality, and became the chief recruiter for the entropic immortals. It is noted that he was said to have sponsored Bargny Gullimore to immortality. Bargny was a mortal troll in BC 1299, so this would not be possible, unless Bargny extended his life, or time travel was involved. In AC 490, Doran son of Doric, Prince of Dengar, was gravely wounded in battle against humanoids in the Broken Lands. In AC 491, Mrikatat completed the path of the dynast, by assisting his successor overcome 4 major challenges, finding a time machine, and successfully going forward in time on 3 occasions, to assist his dynasty defend the big city of at least 10,000 werats. He was sponsored by Vanyar, who appreciated the werats' role in defending Thyatis city from attacks from below. In Newmont AC 491, Thelvin of Grates was let go as an apprentice by the village jeweler, as he could not see well up close. The jeweler then took on Thelvin's friend, Selmar Firstan. In Thormont AC 491, Castle the Forester of Grates briefly took on Thelvin as his assistant. Thelvin was then assigned to Dal Firstan, as an apprentice smith. In Fermont AC 491, bands of red dragons attacked all settlements, farms, and mines in the eastern Vendarian ranges. Gnomes and Ethengarians were also attacked. Some attacks reached the Flemish village of Nordine. The dragons were trying to kill the prophesied second Dragon Lord. This concludes part 36 of the Lore of Mystara series, covering the period from AC 451 to AC 491, featuring a period of draconic unrest, the founding of the dynasties of Knut and Mrikatat, the unification of Minrathad traders, the Sindhi overthrow of the shapeshifters, and deteriorating Alfheim-Darakin relations.